You rub my ear. Hello everyone. I don't know if anybody's gonna even do this live stream with me because it's during the day and it's about 4:03. We'll see if anybody's here. I may have to do this later and go downstairs and edit a video. I have one person. Can you hear me well? That one person that's here. Well, hi Diana, how are you? It's just you and I here, so what do you want to chat about? It's maybe 4 people are here. Oh, let's see. How's everyone? Hello Darlene, how are you? Nana Knight 1776, Doris, how are you? I know this is such a different time to do a live stream. Can you guys hear me good? The audio's low. Okay, let me fix that. All right, I'm gonna erase it. Is it better? It's good? Okay. I'm kind of trying to get rid of some stuff today, so I wanted to come up here because I had options, either edit a video, do a live stream, or I don't know, do a live stream. I was going to do a live stream and quilting, but I thought maybe that would be kind of, because I would be getting up, moving, let me see, my long arm, getting my long arm working. Much better? Okay. Getting my long arm working, and I thought, well, would I need to do that? Let's see. How you guys doing? Good? How's your first January? We're going into February tomorrow. How is January for you? You having a good January? Has it been a blessed January? Has it been a hard January? Difficult? I've had a really great beginning of January. You want me to multitask? Seriously, I was going to, but then you're going to hear the alarm. I want to figure out how I could get, I have a camera that I could use, and you guys could see. You like my quilt? I got it at the Facebook Marketplace. Someone was selling it. I got a really great deal on it. Look how pretty she is. Let me see. Look how pretty she is. Right there. So yeah, I got her on a great deal. Someone was selling her on the Facebook Marketplace, and my husband loves the Dallas Cowboys, so I decided to get it for him. But anyway, I was thinking of working because I need to quilt some baby quilts and 2 antique quilts and a whole bunch of baby quilts. But I was like, well, maybe not. I forced myself to get up here so I could declutter some fabric that I'm getting rid of and getting out of my space. I'm clearing out some juju out of my space and just kind of just letting things go and setting myself free from some stuff, which is a good thing. Are you guys doing good? How's your January? My January has been magnificent. I ended up getting my laser the first week. So I've been playing with my laser, which is, it's not my laser, it's my foster child laser. So I've been doing that. And then I had a sweet Honeybee event, and we had a really great time. One of the ladies, we raffled off the quilt that we did as a group, and it was really awesome. The person who got it just was such a blessing. She was a nurse, and it was really a blessing what the people of the Sweet Honeybee did. They literally worked so hard to get that quilt made and finished in one day, and I quilted it and I bound it, and someone received it just January. We're also moving the Sweet Honeybee to a new location, which the place is beautiful. It's clean. It's very elegant, so I'm excited about that. Hi, Patricia. How are you? Am I Patrick? Patricia. Sorry. How are you doing? Pam, how are you? How's the weather over there? Over here in Texas, or kind of like, I'm in between San Antonio and New Braunfels. I'm in one of those little towns in between. And I'm not going to comment. It's really foggy and rainy today. Doris, honestly, set yourself free from stuff. I'm returning a whole bunch of fabric that was given to me, and I'm returning it to the people who gave it to me because I'm moving on. I'm moving on. And so I want to support the organization that needs the fabric, and so I'm returning it. And I'm also changing my schedule, which is wonderful, setting my schedule free. We have snow here, South Carolina, and it's all gone. Well, we've had snow one day. Well, Texas had snow, I think, last year, and we had it for like a week, and Texans fell apart. We fell apart. We didn't know how to survive. We don't know how to survive. But we had, I think, and several years ago, we did have rain or snow, and it was gone in one day too. Kind of windy and chilly. Thank you for loving my channel. My ears are itchy today. I think I have sinuses, but the weather, I love rainy weather, but it's dangerous for me because instead of coming up here and having a chat with you guys or editing a video, I want to turn on Netflix and watch the Ozarks. I'm addicted to it. And yeah, and I'm like, no, go up there, clean out some room and get rid of some stuff and make your space new again. So Doris says it's hot over there. I'm just making sure Cookie's okay. So are you guys okay? You want to see some stuff I made on my laser? Let's talk laser. This is a quilting channel, sorry. We are doing, at the Sweet Honeybee, I did a pattern. It's called the Mini Disappearing 9-Patch. It really is turning out pretty. Let me show you a picture so we can talk about quilting. They're old fabrics. I've noticed... hold on, I'm sorry. I'm responding. Let me see. Rio Grande Valley. It's 60s in Hernandez, New Vegas? What's an NV? God, I'm not good at geology. Nevada. Wow. So let me show you my block. I think I want to do a tutorial on it because I think this quilt is going to be really pretty. But the Sweet Honeybee, the members of the Sweet Honeybee, literally these wonderful ladies that participate, they work hard. I did a jelly roll. Let me see. Hold on. Where do I have a jelly roll? I think I got rid of my jelly rolls. Hold on. Oh, I can't find them. Anyway, we did a jelly roll, and on the jelly rolls, like a jelly roll, like 2.5 inch kind of jelly roll, I cut a whole bunch of white strips with different backgrounds, and then we literally sewed a 9-patch out of 2.5 inch strips, and then we cut them into a disappearing 9-patch. Those little squares are so cute. And then the quilt that it's going to make, I think it's going to be real pretty. Now, you know when you have a sew group, everybody sews with different 1/4 inch seams or no 1/4 inch seams. Some of the blocks are, well, I can't complain. But the neat thing, look, this is the white background. I don't know if you can see that, of the disappearing 9-patch. And this is, what I'm saying is, on the 9-patch, it had the whites on the outside, and on the other one, it had the darks on the outside. And look, it's going to make this quilt, it looks like a field of flowers. I don't know. So I wanted to make my own with a little bit more accuracy. But the neat thing about the ladies at the Sweet Honeybee, they really, they do a lot of, they're hardworking ladies. They're a really wonderful group. They're hardworking ladies. They do what I ask them, and they do it with a lot of love, and they're very grateful. They're very kind. And We gave a nurse the quilt that the Sweet Honeybee did before. And let me see if I can find the quilt. And it's neat having these wonderful ladies just considering to work with me. Let me see if I can find the quilt. Look, let me see. This is a quilt we gave away. Oh, let me see. Isn't that pretty? This is a curve ruler, Deck the Halls by Quick Curve Ruler. It's a beautiful quilt. Let me show you. I'm trying to get where the camera is on this thing. And they really did a really great job. And it was neat giving the quilt to the lady who was sponsored. You want to see my label for my Sweet Honeybee? Hold on, let me see if I can rotate it. Edit. Rotate. Trying to rotate. Hold on. Done. No, that's not it. So I made labels for the Sweet Honeybee. I was wondering if you guys would like a tutorial on how to make Quilt Guild or Sewing Bee labels. Because this label, I just have to say, she's neat. Let me see. This is a label. Yeah, we finally gave it away. We gave it away this January, the second Friday of this month. We finally gave it away. And then I ended up making, I think I'm going to get silent. These are so neat. Labels for everybody. Anyway, so we talked fabric. I'm so sorry. So yeah, we're having a really great time. I decided to move it to a new location to get away from some problems that I was having there. And I just signed the paperwork for the location, and I'm really excited about it. Hopefully my little beehive of bee workers or sweet ladies come and follow me in that location. But if not, I'm just going to keep on doing it. These are so neat because the labels that because I'm showing you here. Let me see, where is it? Let me see. I'm showing. Each individual person is different. You know how they have those charm bracelets? And so what I did is I had the beehive members pick their little charms to go with their label, and it just kind of clamps on there real pretty. And so the labels are all the same, and they have the individual's name on them, but they also can have like little gems for each event that they participate in. And what I was thinking is on the bottom of it, if we keep going and we keep doing these events, I would have like little hanging tassels where it becomes like a little label shaladine kind of thing where all your little trinkets are on there. Okay, because I'm crazy. I'm a bit much. But I thought, I'm sorry, I'm coughing. I thought it would be a lot of fun. And here you can see, let's see, me testing wearing it with my chin. I'm just sharing. I really love that label, and I love the group. They have been wonderful to me. Hello, how are you? I really thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I know it's a weird time. Usually I do these. Well, I've done one at midnight. Horrible. It was by accident because I was trying to figure out how to work this on my laptop. And by accident, it turned on and went live. So I was like with my glasses, my hair was crazy. And yeah, I was just, it's stupid. So, but I really enjoyed the Sweet Honeybee, and I'm having a lot of fun. But we're moving her. And then I think if you guys like the Disappearing 9 patch, but it's mini, and you use a jelly roll, and then you can also use like a jelly roll of white fabric to make them. I ended up with about 89 9 patches, which is extremely crazy. We're probably going to do 2 quilts with those, but really easy pattern, and the quilt top I think is going to be pretty. So I'm thinking of doing one myself, with a little bit more accuracy, because when we're sewing a group of people, we have beginners and then we have our professionals, our pros, and I love my little beginners because I was a beginner at one time, but I love my professionals because they're so kind and they help my beginners. But it's a really great group of people, and so we're moving her though. I'm trying to decompress stress out of my life and trying to just really have a great year. And some things came up about a week ago and decided that, it's time to move on and start in a fresh place. And I found one, so I'm excited. But you want to talk about laser? I'm sorry, I want to share laser. Well, okay, how about this? This is so we're going to talk lasers and how I'm learning how to work it. I'm going to do a channel for it, promise. So you have to hear my annoyances. But this is kind of like the laser runs a grid run on everything. And then you use the settings that it tells you to put settings that you may want when you're doing a product. And so in doing that, I came up with my first baby ruler. Can you see it well? So I've been practicing and I've been learning. So it goes like this, Lorena. Can you guys see that? So I'm learning how to etch. I'm learning how to score. I'm learning how to sand. You know how rulers have that sandpaper-ish area where it's really considered etching, but it's sanding it down. The outline is considered scoring. I also have these little lines. I don't know if you can see it, like over here, which are not as deep, which I'm learning how to literally from scratch learn how to make a ruler. Learn how to make a ruler. I was real sick a couple days ago, probably last week. I was real sick and I felt horrible. And then I had to do a wedding and I was just having a miserable week. And then I said to myself, you know what, just while you're laying on the sofa, design a ruler. I don't know if you can see my ruler. Design the ruler and play with it. Play with the settings. And I forced myself to turn on the laser and try to make my first ever ruler because I'm obnoxious with my beautiful name on it. Isn't it cool? My beautiful Lorena. But what the laser company says, they gave you like a settings grid thing and you run all your settings through here, and then like here it just does, you're not cutting, but at this setting you are cutting. You can see my finger go through there. And you do that, they tell you to do that with every product that you're going to be making stuff out of. And so this was my plexiglass one. This is a 1/4 inch plexiglass that I bought at Lowe's. So I'm kind of trying, testing cheap products. Well, I don't think plexiglass from Lowe's is cheap, but something not colored or something like that, so I could play with it. Then hold on. I have a buttload of junk here. So then, since I did the settings on that, you want to see my little heart token plexiglass heart token. Yeah, I designed this little heart from SVG. So on the laser, you could literally do SVG designs and download them into that program and make little kind of tokens. Someone asked me what kind of laser I got. I got a laser from Ayana. It's a Foster laser. They're lending me this laser. The reason they're lending me this laser is because I threw a tantrum. Okay. I was going to back out and go with a different company. I ended up getting what I'm right now getting. It's a Nova 14. It's a huge giant laser as big as, let me see, how can I move? it's as big as my laser. It's a huge laser. But they're having issues on importing they're having issues with importing, and I was going to go with the smaller laser, and I should have gone with that laser. I would have gotten my original, but I decided to go big because I'm crazy. And so they're having a huge delay on getting it to me. I was supposed to have gotten the laser probably in November, and where I think me receiving that laser, maybe they're saying February, March. I really do believe I'll probably get my laser in April. So November? I ordered it in July, the end of July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. So it'd be 9 months. But I love the salespeople at Ayana. They have been so great to me. They send me a Foster one. They sent me a small, I think, Myra 9 laser from Ayana. And they're allowing me to learn, practice, make stuff out of it so that when I get my laser, I'm ready to go. And if I want to start selling stuff now, I can, but I'm still in the learning process. And so, yeah, this company's great. I can't say... When I was throwing a tantrum, I was kind of PO'd at them because I felt that I could have gotten a smaller laser and got it sooner, but I chose a larger laser because at the time they said that I would get the machine a month sooner than the smaller, but it ended up kind of reversing. And it was really things that they couldn't control, but I was upset at the fact that I wish they would have let me know. And so in trying to work with me and be good to me, they sent me a Foster baby laser. It's not mine. Now I do have an option to buy if I wanted to. I'm considering buying the small one also. But yeah, they're a really great company. It's Ayana USA, AEONA. Just to look up lasers. You'll have Thunder, Ayana, and another one. And in all my research, Ayana and Thunder laser companies were kind of like they were the two of the best to consider. But what I loved about Ayana is the sales rep was wonderful. I could ask her questions. I took a lot of her time. I literally kind of sometimes harassed her because I'm like, okay, I have this other question, and all right, I have this other thing. And even when I was getting upset about the delays and stuff, she would allow me to vent. She would allow me to share my concerns. She would allow me to kind of really come to her and say, this is where I have a problem. How can we resolve it? And she really advocated for me as a sales rep to the company to say, hey, let's see if we could get her a loaner laser. And she was wonderful. I love my sales rep. She was like a huge advocate in the process. And originally this week, I found out that the laser is in a boat and it's on its way from China. And she was all excited. And she was all excited. I don't give a crap no more right now because I have this laser that I'm making some really cool things as I'm learning. For example, like I'm doing wood. So you know how I was sharing with you that you're doing a wood test? So I did a wood test. This is like 1/4 inch. I don't know if you can see it. And I did a wood test, and the settings are different, and I wrote myself some notes. But in having that wood test, and these were my first tries. I made 2 hearts. Oh, hold on. Come on, light. But then if you do a certain thing, hello from Virginia, you can have 2. They're the same hearts, but they look different. Let me show you. Just on how you place the settings. Isn't that crazy? So I'm just been making, I'm failing. I think when you're learning something new, you have to learn to fail, and failure is part of the learning. And so I am failing. I'm messing up a lot of things sometimes. For example, I was trying to do a burn test. Let me see if you can see it. Can you see it? Me and my ridiculousness. Can you see it? Yeah. And what I wanted to do is etch a circle to go down so I could put a magnet in this space. And I couldn't, I burned a whole bunch of holes, and I have the different settings that I was doing. And let's see. I have, because I wanted to put a magnet, and I finally figured it out to where I have the hole where I could have the magnet sit in there. Because what I do want to do is make those needle miners or scissor things. I wanted to make them, see if I could make them out of wood, or when I'm doing applique, I could put my scissor on top or my needle with a magnet, and I don't lose the scissors or the needles when I'm appliquing. So I'm just trying different stuff, but you can see, cut a lot of wood, and this one cut and it didn't go all the way through. This one cut a bit bigger, but the magnet didn't fit. Okay, Darlene. I'm going to make you a monitor, okay, Darlene? You're going to monitor, and you're going to move. So, because I can't be, hold on. Remove. Let me see. Thank you, Darlene. So I got myself a monitor. I appreciate you so much. Let me see. Thank you. Ha! I figured out how to give someone to be my monitor. I'm doing so good. Thank you, Darlene. I so appreciate you. So I'm learning. It's just, you could see it go through here, and here it didn't go through. I'm learning a lot, but it's exciting. You want to see something else I learned? Oh, and then, the neat thing is about this, when you make these little wooden things, they're all practice, right? They're practice things, but when I did the Sweet Honeybee, I made a couple Singer featherweights to see how it'd come out. And I made a couple hearts like this. And so I would just kind of give them little tokens, thank you for what you're doing. So it's been neat. You want to see another thing I've learned? Look at I got Plexiglass. And this is more expensive because on my rulers, I want to be able to either glue a certain size handle on the ruler, or literally take this out and inset color inside the ruler, because that's ridiculous, honestly. Hold on, let me see. Thank you, Darlene. Okay. Hello. I'm having a great time. My sales rep said, "Hey, Lorena, your machine that you purchased is on its way from China." And I said, "Awesome. It's on its way from China." I go, "I don't care. I have someone, you have a machine already that you're playing with." And so it's been so much fun. So this is my first ruler. And then I made a wood butterfly. I'm just trying different things, but I want to make, and I didn't make these. I saw these, as a matter of fact, on the live stream. If you guys want one of these, I think they're the neatest. This is what I want to show you. The featherweight. My lighting is horrible today. Isn't that a neat featherweight? You can make these into keychains. Then I'm trying to laser and engrave on different things. You really have to learn how it engraves. So here's this plexiglass ruler, and then here's a stamp of the same thing, and how you can set the settings on the stamps. Yeah, I could make ornaments. I went to this company, I ordered these boxes I just thought the boxes were, oh my gosh, they're beautiful. This company is from the Ukraine, I believe. And look at it's a box like this. And you put like your needle tape in here. But this is the box. Isn't this beautiful? Beautiful? Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Isn't that lovely? Like, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. And then they put, on this one, they put a little rabbit where you can, what is it? Where you put needle, you can feed a needle through with thread and decorate it. Do you see that? It had like little puncture holes. And then I got another one. But they're from the Ukraine and they make beautiful things. And they use a laser. I know they use a laser. Look at this. It's a scissor holder. And you can pull it off. And here's the scissors. And it holds 2 scissors. And this company, seriously, they are wonderful. And they also cut this. They're from the Ukraine, and the guy is wonderful. He has a whole bunch of, like, if people do needlework, yes, cross stitching, and then also too, where you do, it's a kind of cross stitching where you add beads and you decorate garments with beading. They had these where you could put your beads, and it had a plexiglass that sat in there. So I purchased 2 of these from him because I just thought they were wonderful. But he's from the Ukraine. It took a while for them to come, but he did free shipping. I'll link him down below because his stuff is like wonderful. And he just kind of like opened the door for me, like creatively, like, oh my God. Because when I did the wedding rings for my friend's wedding, I wanted to make them like a little tiny box where the 2 wedding rings would sit in, like, it would be like a half box like this. And I wanted to make wedding ring boxes, but I'm so new at the laser. I'm still trying to figure stuff out. But look, this is cross stitching teddy bear. So they gave me 1 per purchase. But I'll link him down below. He was wonderful. He was wonderful. And I bought these before I got the laser because I wanted to see, like, can this really be a thing you can make on a laser? Sure enough, man, there's some wonderful people out there. And this is from Etsy. And he cut literally this felt out of the laser. I know I'm talking about lasers a lot. I'm sorry. Forgive me, please. It's my new addiction right now, okay? Sorry. Crafts with love. Yes. So, no, he does some really neat stuff. I'm like fascinated. So like in one swipe, I made all these hearts.
Sorry, could you say that again?
No.
My apologies.
No.
I couldn't.
Phone. I made 3 hearts. So I've been making them for like my sweet Honeybee. And I've given a whole bunch of like little things like this, like keychains. And it's just, oh my God. Yeah. Let me just say this. Featherweight, I'm addicted. I got rid of 3 of my sewing machines because I'm not going to use them anymore. Because this little featherweight is going to be my new friend. Not the one I use, right? The physical ones. But I love them. They're the neatest machines ever. I was going to do an event of where I was, and me and a friend pulled out our featherweights and we sat there and we pieced all day. Because you know how when you have events and it's like an open house, there's the flow and ebb of people coming in and out. So there's a lot of downtime waiting for people to come into the building. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to go crazy because I stayed there from 8 in the morning till 2 o'clock at night. And I felt like, oh my God, 8 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. And so I was there forever. me and a friend and a couple other people, another friend of mine, there was two of us, no, three. We just sat, I was ironing and cutting while they were piecing all these 9 patches. And then we also, at this Sweet Honeybee, we're doing a block swap of hearts. I was going to do that on my Facebook group, but I didn't know if they would be interested in doing it. It would be like for Valentine's, it was just going to be a heart. A friend of mine who helps me run the Sweet Honeybee, she's a vice president. She does all my paperwork. She organizes me and plans me, kind of gives me directions on how to do timelines, and she has all the addresses and phone numbers and birthdays. Like, she tells me how many presents to buy, and I just love her. And hi, Jake, how are you? And she said, can we do a bee swap? She doesn't know how wonderful and insane these women are. She thought only 4 people would do them, and we ended up having 16 people doing the block swaps. So it's just a basic heart. Maybe I show you on my phone. It's a basic heart. It's not my pattern, and I guess it's not my pattern, but she found a free pattern that we could use. And let me see, hold on. And so these ladies, we have like 16 blocks that we had to create. And she was like, well, I was thinking that we would only have, I don't even know if I could find the pattern. She was saying, I'm thinking we can only have maybe 4 people and we could do a table runner. But we ended up having like 16 people. I'm glad you're doing good, Jake. I'm doing good. I really am doing good. I'm learning a lot about people and how they behave. And I'm learning about, do you want me to share what I'm learning? Because it's like hard to learn what I'm learning, but I'm learning it. And it's discouraging to learn what I'm learning, but I'm learning. I guess it doesn't matter, right? It matters that you're learning and you're growing. This January, I decided solely to just decide to make my own decisions and to live the life that I want. And so sometimes when you do that, you upset people because people have other intentions for you. And so I'm making some hard decisions this week, and they're hard, but I think in the long run, they're going to lighten my load and set me free. And so it's been good though. I've been doing good. The beginning of the year was wonderful. I got the laser. I got that big giant thing for my embroidery. I'm going to get another one because I love it so much. And my husband's like, wait, don't spend that much money because they're expensive. But I'm learning. Let me see if I have my keys. No, I don't have it. I made a keychain, but you can't see it. It's my name. It's like a little tiny keychain. It's made out of plexiglass, but I did one. Man, white plexiglass, when you do stuff on it, it comes out great. So ultimately, I'm doing good. I'm keeping the promise that I made to myself of, and I think like Tiffany's quilting life, I wanted to share this with her. So I'm going to kind of do it publicly. When you start doing YouTube and you create a channel, you have a following that really loves you and supports you. And when other people outside of the YouTube community find out what you're doing, they literally want to use what you've worked and built on. And so I've been doing long arm quilting or YouTube since 2015. So it's not been the people who are the following that I've created and the people that are coming with me, that love my channel, have been watching me. I've been doing it for quite a long time. And it's been like really kind of doing the grind of it. Like, do it when no one sees you. Do it when you suck at it. And do it when your videos are horrible, but you're learning how to edit. And you're doing it to hopefully one day succeed. Because ultimately, the only reason we're doing YouTube is we want to finally succeed and be able to do YouTube as our own resource or income. And we also, as women, and family members. We want to be an asset to our husbands. And I've been a stay-at-home mom for most of my life since I married my husband. I married him when I was 20. And so I'm 50 now. I'm going to be 50 next month. Can you imagine? And I've been a stay-at-home mom. So as a mother, I also wanted to be a kind of a provider. And so I started doing embroidery work and vinyl and long-arm quilting to bring in money. And I found out that, hey, why don't I start sharing what I do on YouTube? And YouTube starts kind of bringing you some type. It's a small revenue, but it gives you some revenue. So the truth is just you're trying to grow. And a lot of us here, some of us have channels here and some of us are watchers. And what I'm learning from last year to this year, the truth is I just feel like a house mom. I'm just a house mom. I'm just a stay-at-home mom, right? I do these. I work for my business, and I do embroidery and I bring in income, and I do YouTube and it brings in income, a small amount, but it brings some income, but it brings also a following and people who love you and adore what you're doing, and some will hate you and some will appreciate you. But what I've learned as I hit the mark of 20,000 subscribers, more people are seeing me, but also more people in my community are seeing me. And like I said, I'm sure Tiffany can agree. She's just wanting to quilt and share what she does. I just want to do the same thing, but I'm finding that people see me in a different light that I see myself, and they want to see what I work so hard for them to benefit out of it. And people don't understand how long it takes to edit, how long it takes to filming is not a problem, but to sit down and edit a good video. And people will try to take what you've built and then try to use you to benefit, like piggyback off of you because of what you built. And they also want to see, well, if I befriend this person, then maybe I could get, and I don't think I'm famous, okay? I'm Lorena. I'm Lorena who just loves making stuff. I love quilting for people. But people will see you in a different light that you see yourself, and then want to, is it propaganda? I think maybe that's not the word. They want to benefit or grab from you. And so I wanted to tell Tiffany, be careful with people. I've met a lot of wonderful, wonderful people that just love me and appreciate me. And I've also met several people who say they love me, but they are there to benefit off of what I built. And so keep that in mind if you're doing a YouTube channel, that you may just see yourself like me, like just a Lorena, or just a person who's just trying to do something for their family. But they see eyes different. They see you differently. And people will see my house, or like, they see this, right? But when I started in 2008, I had it in my house. I was doing a grind. My house was crowded. People don't see the beginning stages. And I think sometimes you're only seeing the end result, but that's not where you start. Someone's asking me a question. Let me answer. Jake Parker, yes, I've machine quilt on regular sewing machines. You can do it. I did 4 queen quilts. I just want you to know that it's back-breaking work. It takes a lot of time, and you have to make sure that you have your attention good. So let me see. I saw things the other day. Yes, don't. And that's, if people do not walk your journey, can't understand what the journey feels like. Like Tiffany and she has a YouTube channel. I have one, right? She's growing wonderfully. I'm growing. I grow and then I lag out. I grow and then I lag out. And I'm not worried about that. I'm just trying to bring great content to my community. But people don't like, starting from zero is hard. I know there's a lady who does quilting here, And I don't have a very good respect for her, because what she did is she had someone who was starting from the bottom of the floor, building brick, 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 starting slow, doing her own videos, doing her own content. And this person asked her, hey, befriended her so she can manipulate her so that this person can give her a shout out on YouTube. And this lady had such a great community on YouTube. She gave her a shout out that everybody that was part of this lady's community that she worked her butt off to grow literally went to her, and this lady's channel grew exponentially. And her channel is, I'm sorry, not to be ugly, it's okay. She doesn't edit. She doesn't take time. It's her, well, it's her channel, right? But she used someone to try to get what she's earned and learned and grew into, and it took her probably 6 years to grow into. This person came in and befriended her, and in less than 30 days of befriending her, she gave her a shout out, and she got the following this lady earned in 5 years, and she got it in less than 30 days. And I think that you have to be careful. You have to be careful with people. So I'm still a pastor. I still have a church. Oh, no, you're not a pastor anymore? No, I didn't step back from ministry. I'm still doing it. That is my heart. I'll never step back from ministry. I'll be an old lady shaking my arm, preaching on my pulpit. I did some changes though. When COVID happened, I had my church over there in San Antonio, and someone stole my address from the building, and they took my address. Now, I started the church in 2001. I started my church in 2001, and at the time, you don't need a sales tax ID. Because I'm 501c3, I'm nonprofit for my ministry, and my business is something different from my ministry. In the ministry, at the time, they didn't give you a sales tax ID. You just had the 501c3 and all that paperwork. So what happened is my neighbor, who was a drug dealer and a drug addict and just a mess, he stole my address because he wanted a tobacco and alcohol license in the building. And so he stole my address because at the time when I went there, I didn't have a sales tax ID. So I left the building because my landlord wouldn't deal with it. The management team that ran that property wouldn't fix it. And then it got to the point they were telling me I needed to get a lawyer for a building that I didn't own and that I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. And so I walked away. So at this current time, I have my church in Schertz, Texas. I moved over here. And I'm still having services like I used to have before. I do have a smaller location, and at the location is smaller, which helps us save more money. Because I calculated in the 20 years I was in that building, I had paid my landlords, because I went through 4 of them, I had paid them $300,000. Jake, something's going on with your tension, and you need to decrease the stitches on your machine and move slower. Also, to your bobbin, tension could be too light. That's why you're having eyelashes. You're not having enough tension either on your bobbin, and it's causing it to pull the thread when you move. And so make sure you have your tension done well. That's the only reason you're getting eyelashes. Bad tension. And your bobbin may not be looped in right, or the bobbin is loose. Eyelashes are bobbin tensions. I could have bought a building for that amount of money. And what I was doing, when I did the renovation here, I was saving money, because what I wanted to do, I was saving a lot of money, our income, and any money I was making in long-arm quilting, even my money that I made on YouTube, I would do it here. And what I wanted to do is me and my husband buy land and have the church rent from us, like really cheap, but have a building to where I could have my business next to it and the church next to it. I really wanted, so that that's kind of been my heart. I wanted land with the big building, those warehouse buildings where you could split them and have a business on this side and a ministry on this side. But, COVID, COVID, just throw the wrench and everything. I found that good. Yes, decrease your steps. Sorry, we're going back to ministry and eyelashes. Slow down when you're stitching. Slow down. Okay, so this is when you're stitching on your machine. The slower the better. It gives your machine time to grab that hook. Hello, Linda from England. I've been with you for years, but I didn't comment much. Yes, I lived in my living room. A wonderful viewer is saying that she has been with me. I used to do my living room, and I used to have my long arm in another weird area it was like a room that was part of another living area, because my long arm really was in a one-car garage that was converted into a living room. And then I had a different space where I did my embroidery, and you should see the chaos when I worked. It was miserable. And then I got into heat press vinyl. I would move the heat press over here, and I would heat press a whole bunch of shirts, bring down the heat press on the floor. Yeah, but no one, honestly, some of you probably just are starting, and you're starting with a little sewing machine, and you're starting with your first try in quilting, and it's just a try. Initially it was just, I got my first embroidery machine or my first sewing machine. It was just a start. Nothing's wrong with starting somewhere, even in YouTube. Nothing's wrong in starting at the bottom and maybe not succeeding or doing as well as you want, because as time goes on and you keep on doing it, you really will grow in anything. For example, these are my first, laser debacles that I want to, but there's going to be a time where I'm going to do these magnificent, beautiful, this is I want to go here. I'm not here yet. I don't even know how to even start even imagining doing something like this. How do you break this down? How do you think about it? How do you think? This is like three-dimensional type of work. But at this current time, I'm excited that I got this started. It's a start. People see my channel and they see oh, look at that. It took me 7 years to pay off my long arm, and it was a miserable 7 years where I had to pay the machine off. And nothing came easy, though. On YouTube, what you're seeing is not my journey. You're seeing my current. My journey was hard, and now you're seeing the current. And so, like Jake, he's on his machine and he's trying to quilt on it and he's having issues. I did too. But that's part of the journey. Then one day he's going to be on his machine doing beautiful work, and it's going to be beautiful. And also, Jake, bring down your stitch on the curves. If the stitch is too big, it does big jumps. Do small stitches. But that's the journey. That's all journey. And thank you for watching my videos, Barbara. Thank you for loving them. Well, the Elmer's glue. I got the Elmer's glue idea, believe it or not, from Sharon Chamber, but she used the white glue, the tube glue, and she would put a little dropper on it, Sharon Chamber did a video on how she did the biting, and I took her concept that, I didn't know you could use regular glue, wash away glue, and use it on fabric. So I said, I wonder if a glue stick would work better. And that's when I use a glue stick. But sometimes the neat thing about YouTube is you can watch somebody and grab something they did and then grab it and change it to what it fits you. And that's what's neat about this community here. Yeah, we really do have to I was talking to a friend and she was saying that she hates failing. But if you hate okay, I think a real failure is someone who refuses to try because they don't want to fail, right? But I think you're never a failure if you try, ever. I could say these are fails. They're not fails, they're tries. I've met so many people, and this is the most ridiculous BS I've ever experienced. Sorry. Where people will buy, okay, so on the laser community, because it's a Facebook community, people will buy their machine and 6 months later, they haven't gotten it out of the crate. That's dumb. I know people who have a long arm. They have one of these. Here, wait. Finger. That way. They don't use it. They don't touch it. They don't play with it because they're afraid to touch it. I got a heat press from a lady who had the heat press for 3 years. She spent $400 and she sold it to me for $3. And let me just say that she got it because she wanted to make money making shirts, but she never once turned it on. I got it. I went to the companies that I do vinyl for. I started making money off of that heat press, even though I was at the same level as her, but I was willing to try. Yeah, people will buy stuff and won't try. People will buy rulers, long arm quilting rulers, and they'll never try them on a machine. And I know a friend of mine, she's bought patterns, fabric, it's all over her house, and she's never really made a quilt once. That's, I don't know. I think that is real failure because you didn't use the gift that was given to you and made something with it. Yeah, seriously. So I look at people sometimes, like I even know people who I have embroidery machines and I use all of them because I spent my money. I'm going to use those suckers. And one of the embroidery machines, I paid $5,000 for my first one, but there's some that are really expensive. Well, they are expensive, but I got a deal on them. And some people have them, it's just like a trophy. It's like a trophy. It's just, they have it and they don't use it. And I think that's what real failure is. You want to go out? Hold on. You want to go outside? Be careful. So sorry. Let me go ahead and Now, let me just say, Darlene, if you're dealing with sickness, pressure, working a full-time job, and all hell's broke loose in your life, that's not failure. It's when you have the time and the energy and you just don't do it. Procrastination videos. I have them. People think that people who get things done don't procrastinate. I'm a procrastinator. I really am. But I don't know. I have to talk to myself and get myself out of it. Are you guys okay? Can you see me? Yeah. I remember praying for the Holy Spirit to give me the long arm. And then when I got my long arm, I always end up getting in stupid controversies about stupid stuff. It just goes crazy in my life, okay? And I'm sorry, I'm reading your comments if you see me. And I remember I used the long arm only so I got my machine in 2008 and I don't think I even used it for like 3 years. And I remember I used it one time and I accidentally had like static electricity, and I touched it and I exploded. I burnt the computer in the back of the machine. And literally the warranty was done. And I was afraid to mess with the machine because I was afraid to break it. But when I had the warranty, I should have been breaking the machine as much as I could, because that's the time to break it because you have the warranty. Does that make sense what I'm saying? You have the warranty. But nope, I didn't. And so I broke it. And the computer went out and I called Gamble and they said, your warranty it was over last week. I wanted to cry. So I ended up paying $600 to fix the computer in the back. I heard the Holy Spirit. I said, Lord, why did my machine break? He says, you don't use it anyway. I was so convicted. You don't use it anyway. So who cares if it's broken? Well, I guess not using it was fine, but I still had the option to. So now that it's broken, it bothered me to let it stay broken. And yeah, I cried. You know why I cried, Pam? Because I had to pay $600 to replace that stupid computer. This is a bit, but I was dumb. So I have this little laser now. I go back there at least and I'm busy and I have a lot going on, and my time's going to get better because I got out of a couple things and upset a lot of people. But I rather upset a lot of people and piss them off and frustrate them, because I've invested a lot of money in this machine and my time needs to be on the machine, not on doing stuff for other people who want to take advantage of me. Whether they say they're taking advantage of me or not, they are, because they're not considering my time. And if I'm not getting paid for my time, like if I come up here and quilt a quilt for someone, at least that time there's a reimbursement financially. But they want me to donate and volunteer my time and help the community and a whole bunch of and I walked away from it, and I got a lot of people mad because also other situations. And the truth is, it's right now making these dumb little things, playing with that laser when it's under warranty. And burnt, like I know a lady one time, she did some stuff and she burnt some stuff on her laser and she had to call them to replace the parts and stuff. This is the time to do it when I have the machine under warranty right now. And so I'm talking about, I think sometimes that's why if I'm not going to use that fabric. I'm not going to use that fabric because I'm not going to do the event I was asked to do. I don't want the fabric because it's just going to sit here. What I have, I want to use. I love stuff that I put money into, and it's functional and it's useful. Hello, everybody. It doesn't, just get on there. Set your clock for 5 minutes and then, oh, be careful. Don't stitch through your finger. But hey, now you know not to do. Oh my God. I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. You stitch your finger. The devil will sometimes discourage you from doing some stuff on your toys because the devil doesn't want you to enjoy them. But so you get wounded or hurt but hey, you know what? The more you go through when you're doing something, you have to be determined. What did Jack say? I'm sorry. So I'm just, I'm trying to encourage you guys. Play with your stuff. Play with it all. And if you're not going to play with it, give it to someone who will. Sell it. Donate it. Give it. Do something with it because, I don't know. There's a lady who's on my YouTube. She's on my Facebook group. I love her. I think her name is Ida. So I don't know her exact name. I can't say names sometimes. She does these little quilts for kids, and I love her for them. And she gives them to cancer kids. I had like wait, hold on. I have a buttload of fabric right there. Okay. I used to buy a whole bunch of kids panels and kids fabrics and stuff like that. And I've had the fabric for 10 years because it was, yeah, okay. And I think she told me that she was working overtime to get some extra fabric. And it just kind of like convicted my heart. Like, God, she's trying to work overtime to get something that I don't even use and I don't even do nothing with. Shame on me. So what I did is, out of love for her, I sent her the fabric. And the neat thing is I told her, if you want, I'll long arm it for you. Her little baby quilts that she does for kids, cancer kids. Because I promised the Lord that if he gave me a long arm, I would do volunteer work, like I would do quilts for others and bless others. Now, it's not all the time, but part of my journey with long arm quilting is I try to donate some long arm quilting to my community and do it for free without gain. And so she sends me her quilts. I quilt them for her. And it's beautiful because she sent me a picture of the doctors and the nurses receiving these quilts. And it just made me feel so good that what thing I wasn't using, I gave it to someone who made something with it. And now these sweet little children are using them. And if you're selfish and you just keep everything and you're not willing to surrender and give it to someone who will make something out of it, I think you're losing kind of like the gift of it. I could have kept the fabric. I didn't have to give it to her. But God, it just touches my heart that with so much love, that material that I had in a closet or in a shelf or in a bookcase, yes, it cost me. But what value is it bringing me if it's not being used? So I gave it to someone who made something out of it. And I think you need to look at your toys, your machines, your son. I know a friend, she has a Cricut maker that she hasn't even opened out of the box. I know, and some people have like a silhouette, cutting machine that they've never used, or a heat press or an embroidery machine, all those things, right? And I think do something with them. And if you're not going to do something with them, ask God to bring you someone who will. And so I really do. That lady coming into my life, and she just was a YouTube watcher. She just watched me on YouTube and brought me one of her quilts and shared a little bit of what she does. And I just like, let me bless you and help you. And I told another friend, her name is Chris, and she's become my friend. And I told her what this lady's doing. And she's like, well, do you have more fabric? I have fabric. So all her stash of fabric and my stash of fabric, she's making these beautiful quilts, and she's made 10 of them. I'm the long armer of the group of us. And I'm going to long arm them. And so now this lady who was her own one team, now it's a 2-team, her and I, that I think we got maybe 8 quilts done together, where she made the top, I quilted them, and then she bound them. Another lady came and she says, I want to be a part of it. And so literally I have 20 baby quilts to quilt for her and send her. And my friend, she's like, I'll bind them so it's not on her, and we'll both do this together. And so I can't wait when I have the picture of like a whole bunch of quilts out there that she's going to give to doctors and nurses for these wonderful children. So with what you're doing, you're making something in with them. I love my Singer featherweights because I have one in my car. I travel and I sew at my events with that one. And then I have a little one that I'm having sew days at my house on Saturday and sometimes on Friday. And the other day I pulled out one of my featherweights, not the car one, and I was like, oh, you purr like a kitten too, girl. And it was just neat using that. I think that was like a $200 machine that I got, and hearing her roar. I invested money in fixing her too, and using the thing that I put my money into. So I want to encourage you guys to turn on your machines and try and fail. Literally, let me just say this, on the laser, I burned 2 designs. Like I crispy fried them to where I crispy fried the whole through. Like you didn't even see the shape of my design. And I was like, okay, well, that I learned not to do that. But Right now, the machine's under warranty. Right now, I could break it. Right now, I could just work the heck out of it. And right now, I could fail constantly. And then as I fail, I'm growing. I got tumblers. Hold on, let me see. Let me read some of y'all's. I love you guys. Thank you, Linda. Okay, Jake, have fun. Have fun working. Let me see. So I just, I got tumblers. I know you guys are still with me, right? I got some tumblers, and I need to learn how to laser tumblers. Laser, cups. Tumblers. Okay. I bought, 300 of them. I got on my Amazon. This guy was saying, hey, you want your money back for your laser? Start selling tumblers. So, like an idiot, I went on Amazon and I bought a whole bunch of them. I have them downstairs in a box. I pulled a couple of them out, and I'm ultimately scared to do a tumbler. I'm afraid to laser a tumbler. I don't know why. I'm scared to fail there. So I walk in the room and I'll laser wood and plastic, plexiglass. I'll laser different stuff because I'm already comfortable with that. But those tumblers, man, they make me feel like, what about us? What about us? And I was thinking, God, it would be neat to laser a tumbler and make them like with the sweet Honeybee logo. Make them like I'm a cut up and then fabric flinging everywhere with scissors, or just I have these little designs in my brain. But just to put that it's a rotary that you put into the machine to learn how to do the tumbler. I rather not try, because I rather not ruin a tumbler. So I'm trying to find cheap tumblers, like my kids, if they have a tumbler. So if I ruin it, I don't care. But I've noticed on the laser, there's times where I'll try something new. Like, I was trying to do a stamp, and learning the settings and trying different things, I feel overwhelmed and I feel this sense of pressure. I can only do it for like 30 minutes. And then I'm like, I'm done. I have to go take a nap, or I have to walk somewhere because my brain feels overwhelmed because everything is so new. And so sometimes when you're doing that new thing that you're failing at or you're afraid to fail at, just do it for 30 minutes and give yourself a walkout. So I walk by in the embroidery room and I'm doing a job, and then I look at the tumblers and they're mocking me. They're mocking me, saying, and hey, what about us? When are you gonna make us? When are you gonna design something on us? And I walk out and ignore the tumbler because there is this problem in my heart. I spent $300 on them to make something and it's not just to make something. I'm hoping I can make money off of it, but at least even if I don't make money of it, maybe I could use one on a tumbler that has my name or has a logo or has something on it. But I walk by them. It's been 2 weeks or 3 weeks since I bought those dumb tumblers, and oh Lord, but so I understand the process of when you're doing something new. It's hard to start and it's hard to try because you don't want to fail. But I just, like someone said, just do it. It's like working out, right? Just do it. You don't want to, just do it, but do it. Yeah, I need to do it. So today was going to be a Tumblr day, and instead I did a live stream. Today was going to be a Tumblr day. But see, I know how to do live streams now, and it's not complicated, and I could succeed here somehow. There is some gain or benefit, but that's the process sometimes. Yes, I am going to do a laser channel, I promise. I don't know. I was probably gonna basic. Lorena's lasering. Lorena lasered it. I don't know. Lorena laser. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I just need to do the name. I've filmed a couple things that I've done. I've kind of incorporated a little bit like sneak peeks on my current channel. It's also hard to start a new channel because I'm going to start from zero again. And it's hard to be at zero again when it's taking you so many years to build a channel that is kind of growing, kind of having a community. So I'm just hoping people come to that from this community and to that one too, and they watch both of them. But some people will not want to, and that's okay too. But it's just doing it, right? But I think I'm just trying to learn, like doing this ruler. I've been harassing myself. Do the ruler, just do one, just try, and I was feeling so bad. I just sat there and said, and I did it. And I am so proud of this first ruler I ever did for. Now, it's so small. I was going to use it and play with it and see if it even was worth using. But it's part of learning. Like I sanded it here. So I did a little sanding because I didn't want it obnoxious. I need to do them bigger. I think they'll work better. But grab your toys and use them. That's why you bought them. So, and use your fabric. I used to have this beautiful purple fabric from Hoffman that I had for 20 years, and I loved it so much, and I never used it. And there was a sweet little girl who was adopted, and she's from Canada. I met her mom from YouTube, and I love this lady. She would tell me, Lorena, I'm praying for you. Are you okay? And she literally would come and contact me in times that I was going through a really miserable time. And it's almost like she knew it. And I made a little quilt for her. And I wasn't going to use that fabric because it's my favorite fabric. And I said, you know what? No. Give her the fabric. Just do it. So let me see. Yes. Okay. No. On the videos, I need to post it. I'm editing it.
Sorry, could you say that again?
Oh, Siri scared me. Yes, I already have the channel. I'll link it here because right now it's just Lorena Cadena on there. I have, and I just need to do it. Girl, do your YouTube channels. Anything. I told the lady who cheated the system to do YouTube channels, I just thought that she would I just thought that we all have something good to share. Every single one of us. Well, some of us are demons and ugly people, and you don't have nothing good to share. But hey, there's a group of community. Quilters, I think, are wonderful. They have something good to share. Some people don't. But even like wickedness or evil promotions and stuff like that, promoting evil on YouTube is very successful. Sorry I'm saying it that way. It's very successful, but I think, like, I want to be a person that brings, I know some of you went through hell through COVID financially. I know some of you have gone through a hard time. I know that you guys struggled. Some of you really went through some stuff, right? And so when I did my channel, I wanted to make sure that I brought you joy. And that I brought you something funny, that I brought you something that was encouraging, that I did something that was impacting your life in a positive way. And there's times where I went through a hell of a time myself through COVID. I've had some problems, and to either share them in a positive light so that you could still go through it, you could still make it. I've shared some of my stories of how my husband lost his job, of how you're going to be okay. We're learning something here. But we all have something, a lot of us, many of us. You could bring something positive. You could bring something positive to people's world, to people's lives. And I really want to encourage you. The lady who used that lady to move her channel forward is doing very well. And I just don't like the way she kind of cheated the system. But hey, we all, if you get ahead in this world, I don't believe that you should get ahead that way. I think you should get ahead by working hard, doing your best, and people will start seeing your authentic self, and they'll start supporting you who you are. Like that lady, her name is Sandy, I believe. She was with me since when I first started, and she has supported my channel since the beginning. And I don't know her. She's from Canada, but I consider her a friend. And so you will build a community of people that will really appreciate you. Like I think a lady here said she's seen me when I had my long arm in my living room. It was the dark dungeon kind of room, and it's neat to have her comment to me because she's been watching me when I probably only had 100 views, and that's okay. 100 views are okay. You impacted 100 people. And and I want you to know this too. You can impact 100 people in a very positive way, or you could impact 100 people in a very negative way. You could impact people to where their lives will be better because you said something positive, or their lives can be tarnished because you said something ugly. It's how you impact people. One of the reasons why I left the community I left is one of the persons put me on TikTok in a very negative light. And she puts people on TikTok in a very negative light. And and she doesn't tell people she's doing that. And she mocks people and she mistreats people, and it impacted me in a very negative way. And seeing that 211 people saw her mocking me on TikTok in a negative way really did hurt me. And so what you do on your channel, be mindful how you treat people, because it can change. You could change the direction of how people want to respond to you. As a matter of fact, in the community that I was serving, like giving my time, my energy, my strength, my love, my resources, my money to, because of what happened with this person and posting me on TikTok in a negative light without my consent, I washed my hands from the whole community. And I'm done. I'm done. Because no one is going to behave that way with me, and I'm not going to be tolerant of her doing it to other people. So just know when you have a channel, there's a lot of people watching. I was watching my stats. Literally, I've had 3 million views. 3,500,000 views. 500,000 views have gone. So 3,500,000 people have seen my channel or have seen one of my videos. I've literally impacted that many people in a positive or a negative light. And I've really take that in consideration when you do your channel. Really. Linda says, I try to be a crack up. I laugh at myself now. I watch my stupid videos, and I'm like, that's stupid. Because if I laugh at myself and I'm putting myself out there, I want you guys, when you're watching me, to be like, that made my day. So, but some people will hurt you, and some people will do some stuff to you. And I've walked away. I love the person. I have blessed the person. I've done good to her. But I can't have a relationship with someone like that. I can't. And that's not apparently she didn't care enough. And she posted this September 11th, 2021. And I just found out about this post that she posted last week. And it has, it's a blessing though for me, because the money and the resource and the time and all that I was giving to people, it's mine back. I'm taking back my power. So just know, if you do a channel or how you treat people, gosh, how many people do you walk by every day and you could just smile or say hello to? I would remember this guy from Walmart. He would say hi to everybody and people would ignore him. And I just like, Lord, I need to be more like him. Like, say hi to people and tell people have a great day, and just be, have a positive attitude. Some people wake up and they hate their lives, they hate their marriage, they hate their kids, and they're not happy. And maybe you could be that change for them. We all have our moments. Well, I think sometimes, like in childhood, I was brought up in a childhood that the way you pick on each other and you mock each other and you banter with each other. My brother used to be that way with me, and my family was that way. I walked away from that kind of environment because I think it's abusive, but in a laughing way. It's abuse, but laughing. She kind of has that in her. And so I understand that maybe it's her upbringing that she may think something's funny when it's not funny. But I also think that if she loved me as a person or in a relationship, that she would have at least apologized. Because the truth is if she would have humbled herself and apologized and says, you know what, I am so sorry. You did tell me not to post it and I still did it. And I didn't listen and I was being mean-hearted and I ask you to forgive me, I've been good. But instead, she wants to defend her wrong and defend herself and say that she's right. You're like, she's lost. You're lost there. And you can't work with that. You can't work with prideful people who can't say they're wrong, because I think the best people are people who acknowledge, like, I messed up, I was wrong there, I didn't do the right thing, and sincerely say, I will fix it. But some people don't care, and that's okay too. There was a time I was like them, and I behaved that way. There's a scripture, it says, there was a time when we were in darkness, but now we're in the light. And there was a time when I was in darkness and I behaved a way that I shouldn't have, but I got corrected a lot by God. I got chastised by the Lord, constantly like, shut up, don't say that, learn how to speak, be kind. Yeah, I had to learn. But so it's a process, right? Yes, Maria, I'm so thankful you were watching me in my dark tomb dungeon. I love that room now, though. We renovated it. It used to have drop ceilings. If you watch my old videos, the ceiling used to have drop ceilings and they were really bad. And now we lifted the ceiling and it's really bright. We tiled the floor. I used to have to steam clean the floor because I had dogs that would pee everywhere. And I would constantly steam clean the floor probably like every 2 weeks. But yeah, the room is beautiful now. Even if I decide to move this room downstairs again, it would be like bright and energetic like this room. Yeah. And hey, it's a big loss for that community, because it would have been cheaper for her to say sorry. It would have been cheaper. It would have been a whole lot cheaper, because if she would have said sorry and really sat down with me and said, you know what, I messed up, I should have done better. But she laughed at me and mocked and said that it's a joke. God, you're taking it so hard. And, she has my number and she knows where I live. So she could have fixed it, but she hasn't chosen to. So I chose to leave. And I chose to leave everything. I chose to leave Quilts of Valor. I chose to leave every event that I was doing there. And I chose to move my sweet Honeybee that I had the event there. I literally left it. I'd rather leave than to be mistreated. But some people, some people don't feel that what they do to others is mistreatment. And that's okay too. But just because she doesn't think it's wrong doesn't mean I have to think it's right. I have to stand up for myself. But it's been good though. It's set me free. Now I have time for my laser. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. And I'm not, there's a whole tantrum that's been going on and a whole mess that she's created. And I just, graciously bow down and walk away. And I think sometimes I've learned that when I had the long arm, when I first got the long arm, I ended up in a whole bunch of controversy. And I asked God why. And God told me, he says, Lorena, sometimes controversy is created for you to break away and be free from those people. Because I know their intentions, you don't know their intentions. And I'm using controversy to set you free. Because where you're going, you can't drag them with you. Yes. I'm really thankful for the Lord. I can't say anything bad about any of it. She gave me a reason to walk away. That's the sad part. And the blessing is, in walking away, I have more time to play with my toys. And it was affecting, and I'm going to be honest, it was affecting me volunteering so much at this community. It was affecting my marriage. It was affecting my kids. It was affecting my money because I was spending a lot of money. It was affecting a lot of my time. It was affecting I was exhausted. It was affecting my business because I would be working so much for that community that when I'd come home and work for my community myself, I would be so tired that I didn't want to do anything because I used all my resources. When you guys are young and in 20s and 30s, you don't consider resources or your strength a problem. When you're turning 50, I can't pick up tables like I used to. I can't hustle like I used to. Even though you see me hustling, I'm still a hardworking lady, but when I renovate this room, I have to recover for 6 hours and then I have to take it easy for the next day or two because, I push myself too much, but I want to push myself like I'm 20 and I'm almost 50. And I'm learning that your strength and your time. I remember when I was young, my money was very valuable. Money was a need. And now, as you get older, money doesn't become a need if you handle your finances better or well, and you grow into that in your finances. But so money is not a thing for me because I have it taken care of, right? But now I've noticed time and my strength is important to me because I don't have it like I used to. I guess when I didn't have money when I was young, that's what I was looking for. But I don't have money like I used to. Or strength like I used to. The other day I was trying to open some water bottles, the big 5-gallon water bottles, and my hands were having hard times popping them. And I'm like, my hands, please Jesus, I need my hands. and I literally had to have another person help me pop those water bottle things. And never was that a thing for me in my younger 40s and my 30s and 20s, or standing and walking for long periods of time, my legs start to ache a lot. I didn't have that when I was young. So as you get older, your strength is valuable. And as you get older, because as you're getting older, your time, may not have I guess when I was 10 years old, I didn't care how long it took me to get to 50. But now I'm 50, turning 50. I don't know if I'm going to live past 55, past 60, past 70. So now my time has a different value. It really does. It has a whole different value to me, because you start thinking about dying, you start thinking about illnesses and health issues that when you were younger, you never thought about. And so I'm thankful for what happened. I don't like that it happened, but I'm like, you know what, Lord, you're giving me back that valuable time to focus on what I really want to do, what I really need to do. And that's my business and my family. And that laser, I mean, I'm investing $15,000 on a laser that literally in 2 weeks I've been doing volunteer stuff for this community that I'm not even using the laser for 2 weeks. And that's 2 weeks I could have done my tumblers and I could have done something, edited a video, posted another video. Guard your time. The devil will steal it. And he'll use people who will flatter you and will tell you sweet, loving things about how great you are so that they could take your time and your strength. Those are things I've learned, but it's been a challenge. It's all been a challenge. So, yes, walking away from the drama. Yeah, it's true. She did me a favor. But I'm learning. I was talking to my heart and I said, what is it in my heart that I so yearn to grab a community of people and be accepted by them? And what do I need to work in my heart that I need to be okay with being alone and standing on my own and just appreciate that gift? Because when you're alone, you get to do your own stuff. When you're alone, you get to hear your own music, do your own, sew and hang out. Yes, Linda, I'm thinking differently. I'm turning 50 and I'm thinking differently. The other day, I hurt my knee and I'm walking like a cripple. And I'm like, come on, knee. We still need you for the next couple years. I still need you, girl. Come on, knee. Please get yourself together. And I didn't, but I'm learning. It's good. It's all good. But I just wanted to come up here. Well, how long have we been doing this? I haven't run. Let's see. I don't know how long we've been here. Are you guys okay, though? So I wanted to do a couple videos, probably along on Quilting Work Day. We're going to pop one of those on here sometime soon. I'm going to start that channel. When I start that channel, I will announce it on Lorena's Quilting Facebook group. So I have a Facebook group there. I'm so sorry. I have a Facebook group on Lorena's Quilting. If you want to join it, if you don't know about it, come and join. I really need to work more on that Facebook group, do patterns and share stuff more. But like I said, I've been running like a crazy person for these people. And so I'm going to focus more on those things. So I think I'm going to be editing a couple videos, hopefully. And I really am loving this laser thing, man. Oh, and some of you wanted to know what kind of business to get into. I just did a job. Oh my gosh. Decals, guys. Decals. I did a decal job that in material, it cost me $1 or 89 cents for the decal job. And I made $12 a decal. Decal jobs. Yes, I'm having to take care of myself now that I'm older. I'm learning, though, because I guess I didn't care before. So I'm going to let you guys go. If you have any questions, post them now. I'm giving you 5 more minutes. If not, I'm going to say goodbye, tell you I love you, and then I'm going to go downstairs like Tiffany and edit a video while I'm watching Ozarka, or the Ozarks. And then I think on Lorena's Quilting Facebook group, maybe I'll go downstairs and do the flask. I'm just so scared. Decals, guys. Decals make money. decals. Vinyl work makes a lot more money than long arm quilting, and to get into business is cheaper. Just saying, I'm learning. So, anyone else? Linda, Tiffany's editing a video. Yes, editing kind of sucks. Who? Oh, me? My voice? Thank you for my voice. Everybody says you should do a voiceover, or you should do voice videos. That'd be kind of cool. Voice videos. Hello, this is Lorena. So, oh my gosh. Thank you. I have your beautiful fabric. I want to do something with it. I love you guys. Thank you, darling. Craft with me, love 55. You need to get your crickets out. Those things can make you money, sister. My crickets make me money. They make money. Just start practicing. Fail epically, constantly. And then you'll make decals. Out of nowhere, this lady said, because I did a backpack for her, and she was just a random client that came to me. She goes, I want to know what you do. And I said, I do vinyl, I do decals. I gave her my rundown. And she goes, can you do decals for cars? And I said, yes. What kind of decal material you use? I go, I use the best in the market, because there's a Horwicks here in Texas where it has the best, where once you place it on, it'll never come off a vehicle. It's vehicle decal. She goes, I needed 300 decals yesterday. She told me. And I said, my brain, my brain went, fire. Did I hear 300? And she says, yes, ma'am. Apparently a company that she was getting her decals from did not follow through, did not do them. And they're like ignoring her. They're not answering her. So she's like, I really need them. And I said, okay. And she says, do 6 for me and I'll try them out. And after you do 6, I will order more from you. I was like, okay. So then when I went over there and I got the decal material, she says, honestly, my husband wants 20 of them. And in one moment, I went and got decals, and I made really good money in less than 3 hours using my Cricut cutting machine. So use what you have. I don't understand how to use it on my laptop. Cricut itself, it will download into your laptop. Ask someone to help you. Seriously. Tiffany, you've been sick? Have courage. Yes, I need to go for it. My tumblers. And once I have those tumblers done, man, then if someone goes, can you do tumblers? I go, yes, I could do tumblers for you. How many you want? Huh? Sorry. Nice. I love you guys, okay? I'm so ridiculous. I'm so sorry. Have a wonderful day. I really do appreciate you. I gave my Cricut to my granddaughter-in-law. Oh, Darlene. You can literally, if you get the maker, I'm not telling you to get another one. If you're not going to use it, if you get the maker, it'll cut your application pieces. It'll cut fabric. It's the neatest thing ever. I love you guys in the Lord. I'll probably go downstairs and edit a video and design some tumblers, and then tomorrow force myself to do a tumbler. I'm really going to try. I'll post a video. I love you guys, okay? Have a wonderful day. Have a great day. Great evening. God bless you guys. All right, bye-bye. Bye, Tiffany.